What if I told you that the key to unshakable inner peace and mental clarity isn't about changing the world around you, but rather about mastering the way you respond to it? It sounds like an impossible feat, right? But this is exactly what Stoicism offers, a powerful philosophy that helps you control your emotions, overcome challenges, and build resilience in the face of adversity. And the best part? You already have everything you need to start. In today's video, you're going to discover 10 Stoic secrets that will completely transform the way you experience life. Whether you're struggling with stress, anxiety, or simply feeling stuck, these practices can help you gain mental resilience, improve your emotional well-being, and find inner peace, no matter what life throws your way. But here's the kicker. The strategies I'm about to share aren't just theoretical. They are practical, actionable steps that you can apply immediately. And by the end of this video, you'll not only understand these concepts, but you'll also know exactly how to use them to improve your daily life. So, stick around until the end, because I'm going to share a simple but powerful technique that will shift your mindset forever. It's something that's so easy to do, you'll wonder why you didn't start practicing it sooner. Secret 1. The power of perception. Perception is one of the most powerful forces in shaping our emotional world. It's not the events themselves that impact us, but how we perceive those events. Imagine this: two people facing the same stressful situation. One feels overwhelmed, anxious, and defeated. The other, while not immune to the challenge, remains calm, focused, and even sees the situation as an opportunity for growth. What made the difference? Perception. At the heart of Stoicism lies the belief that our perceptions shape our reality. In fact, the Stoics teach us that we don't have control over what happens around us, but we do have control over how we perceive it. When we start to view challenges as opportunities for growth, when we shift from seeing obstacles as roadblocks to seeing them as stepping stones, our entire approach to life changes. Take a moment to think. How often do you react emotionally to situations simply because of how you perceive them? What would happen if you could train your mind to reframe these situations? This is where the concept of mental clarity comes in. By intentionally choosing how we perceive situations, we clear away the emotional clutter and make space for rational thought and calmness. You can practice this by challenging your assumptions in everyday life. Next time you're in a stressful situation, ask yourself, what's another way to look at this? For example, instead of feeling upset when someone cuts you off in traffic, see it as an opportunity to practice patience or emotional control. And this brings us to an important question. If perception shapes our reality, then how can we change it? Well, the Stoics have a simple but profound answer: through mindfulness. By becoming aware of our thoughts and emotions in real time, we can intervene before our automatic, emotional reactions take over. This is not an overnight change, it's a practice, but with time, it becomes a habit, and it's one of the most effective ways to build mental resilience. Summary of this secret: the key to mastering your emotions and achieving inner peace lies in how you perceive the world around you. When you take control of your perception, you also take control of your emotional state. This is the first step toward mental clarity and lasting peace. Now that we understand the power of perception, let's dive deeper into something that plays a major role in how we respond to our circumstances: the present moment. Secret 2. Embracing the present moment. Have you ever found yourself thinking about the future so much that you completely missed what was happening in the present? Maybe you were worrying about a work project or stressing over a conversation you had earlier. You see, so often, we allow the past and the future to steal our attention, leaving us disconnected from the present moment. But what if the secret to emotional control and inner peace lies in the simple act of being present? The Stoics teach us that the only moment we truly have is now. The past is gone, and the future is unknown. This idea, though simple, can have a profound impact on our lives. When we stop focusing on what we can't change and what hasn't happened yet, we free ourselves from unnecessary anxiety. We bring ourselves back to the here and now, where peace and clarity exist. Think about it for a second. How often do you catch yourself ruminating on past mistakes or worrying about things that may never even happen? What would change if you could shift your focus to what is happening right now? By embracing the present, you're giving yourself a gift, the gift of freedom from the mental prison of worry. One of the most effective Stoic practices for embracing the present moment is the idea of mindfulness. This isn't just a trendy concept, it's an ancient Stoic technique that involves fully engaging with whatever you're doing, no matter how small or mundane. Whether you're eating, walking, or talking to someone, giving your full attention to the task at hand allows you to experience peace and mental clarity. Let's consider an example. Imagine you're sitting at a table, having a meal. Instead of thinking about your to-do list or your worries for the future, focus completely on the flavors, textures, and sensations of the food. By doing so, you're not only savoring the present, but also grounding yourself in the moment. This practice trains your mind to remain focused and at peace, no matter what's going on around you. To practice this in your own life, start by setting aside a few minutes each day to focus solely on what you're doing in the present moment. Whether it's a walk in nature, eating a meal, or simply breathing, immerse yourself fully. This will cultivate a sense of calm and clarity that can carry over into all areas of your life. The more you practice, the more your perception of reality will shift, helping you build mental resilience. Summary of this secret: the present moment is the only true moment we have. By embracing it fully, we can reduce anxiety, gain mental clarity, and strengthen our emotional resilience. Now that we've learned how to be more present, let's move on to understanding how to control what we can and accept what we can't. Another cornerstone of Stoic wisdom. Secret 3. The dichotomy of control. Imagine you're out at sea, facing a storm. The wind is howling, the waves are crashing, and the sky is dark with clouds. As a sailor, you can't control the storm. But what you can control are the sails of your ship. You can't change the direction of the wind, but you can adjust your sails to navigate through it. This is the essence of the Stoic principle known as the dichotomy of control. Understanding that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we have the power to control how we respond. In life, many of us waste energy trying to control the uncontrollable, other people's actions, external events, and circumstances that are simply beyond our influence. The Stoics teach us that we must focus our energy on what we can control, our own actions, reactions, and mindset. Everything else is outside of our control, and attempting to control it only leads to frustration and distress. By acknowledging this, we can gain a profound sense of freedom and mental clarity. Pause for a moment and reflect. When was the last time you found yourself stressed about something you had no control over? Maybe it was the actions of someone else or an unexpected event. How much energy did you waste worrying about it? How many sleepless nights did it cost you, thinking about something you couldn't change? The reality is, when we focus on what we can't control, we end up creating emotional chaos that steals our peace. Now, imagine how different your mental state would be if you focused only on what you can control: your attitude, your choices, and your response. The peace that follows from this shift is invaluable. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This is a powerful reminder that we hold the reins of our own minds, and in times of stress, this can be incredibly empowering. When we recognize that we are not at the mercy of external forces, we become more resilient and less emotionally reactive. Here's a practical exercise. Next time you feel overwhelmed by a situation, ask yourself, what parts of this situation can I control, and what parts can I not control? Then, consciously choose to focus only on the aspects you can influence. Let go of the rest. This simple exercise is a powerful way to reduce stress and increase your emotional control. By focusing on your own actions and responses, you are not only less affected by external chaos, but also more in tune with your own mental strength. Summary of this secret: the dichotomy of control teaches us to focus only on what we can control, our reactions, choices, and mindset. When we let go of the uncontrollable, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and gain greater mental resilience. Now, as we move forward, let's explore how we can further strengthen our emotional well-being by embracing gratitude. Secret 4. practicing gratitude. Imagine waking up each day, looking around you, and truly appreciating the life you have. Not because everything is perfect, but because you recognize the beauty in what's already here. It's easy to get caught up in the constant chase for more success, more money, more validation. But what if the secret to achieving inner peace and mental clarity lies not in what we lack, but in what we already have? This is where the Stoic practice of gratitude comes in. The Stoics believed that we should regularly practice appreciation for the things we often take for granted. Gratitude shifts our focus from what's missing to what is already present, cultivating a sense of contentment and emotional balance. When we are grateful, we begin to see the world through a different lens, one that's clear, calm, and full of opportunities for peace. Stop for a moment and think, what are you truly grateful for? It doesn't have to be something monumental. It could be something as simple as the warmth of the sun, the taste of your morning coffee, or the smile of a loved one. Gratitude helps us shift our focus from scarcity to abundance, and when we do this, we stop letting our emotions be ruled by external circumstances. Instead, we begin to shape our emotional state from within. Gratitude isn't just about feeling thankful for the good things in our lives, it's also about finding a sense of appreciation in the everyday moments we often overlook. Think about the small comforts that surround you, like the cozy blanket on a chilly night or the steady rhythm of your breath. By training your mind to recognize these simple joys, you not only experience more happiness, but also increase your emotional resilience. One of the simplest ways to cultivate gratitude is through journaling. Every day, take a few moments to write down 3 things you're thankful for. They can be big or small. There's no right or wrong answer. The key is consistency. Over time, you'll start to notice that your perception of life becomes more positive, and your mind becomes more focused on what truly matters. This small practice has the power to transform your emotional state and mental well-being. If you find it difficult to feel grateful, start by focusing on things that are just slightly outside your usual awareness. Maybe it's the roof over your head, or the fact that you're able to read this message. By expanding your appreciation for the little things, you'll find that gratitude becomes a natural part of your daily routine. This shift in mindset can have a lasting impact on your mental resilience and help you develop a more grounded, peaceful mindset. Summary of this secret: gratitude is a powerful Stoic practice that helps us focus on the abundance in our lives, fostering mental clarity and emotional balance. By making gratitude a daily habit, we begin to shape a more positive and resilient mindset. Now that we've learned the power of gratitude, let's dive into a more challenging yet equally important practice: embracing adversity. Secret 5. Embracing adversity. Imagine being faced with a major obstacle in your life, perhaps a job loss, a personal setback, or an unexpected failure. Now, what if I told you that instead of avoiding these challenges or letting them defeat you, you could actually use them to grow stronger and become more resilient? Sounds counterintuitive, right? But this is exactly what the Stoics teach us. Embracing adversity is not just necessary, it's a key to mental resilience and lasting peace. The Stoics believed that adversity is not something to fear or run away from. On the contrary, it's an opportunity to practice mental strength and to refine our character. When we face difficult situations, we are given a chance to prove to ourselves what we are truly made of. Through adversity, we develop qualities like courage, patience, and determination, virtues that contribute to our overall personal growth. Think about it for a moment. How do you usually react to setbacks? Do you get frustrated and overwhelmed, or do you approach them with a sense of purpose, knowing that you can learn something valuable from the experience? The Stoics would advise that we view every challenge as an opportunity to practice virtue. Instead of letting hardships break us down, we can use them to build our mental well-being. This mindset shift allows us to remain steady in the face of hardship, knowing that resilience training is often born from adversity. Take the example of Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers. During his reign as emperor, he faced countless wars, betrayals, and personal losses. Yet, instead of letting these events destroy his peace, he chose to see them as opportunities to practice his Stoic principle. When faced with a challenge, Marcus Aurelius would remind himself that the difficulty was not the problem. It was his reaction to it that mattered. This perspective helped him maintain his sense of inner calm amidst chaos. Here's a practical exercise. Next time you face adversity, try to shift your perspective. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or, how can this challenge help me grow stronger? This simple reframe can transform your experience of hardship, turning it from something negative into a catalyst for personal development and greater mental resilience. Imagine the freedom you'll feel when you no longer fear adversity, but embrace it as an opportunity to grow. This is the power of the Stoic mindset. Instead of allowing adversity to break you, use it as fuel to refine your character and become the best version of yourself. Summary of this secret: adversity is not something to fear. It's an opportunity to grow stronger and more resilient. By embracing challenges with a Stoic mindset, we build mental strength and clarity. Now that we understand the value of adversity, let's move on to another Stoic technique that can help us prepare for the inevitable challenges of life: negative visualization. Secret 6. The practice of negative visualization. What if I told you that imagining the worst-case scenario could actually help you live a more peaceful and fulfilled life? It sounds strange, doesn't it? But this is one of the most powerful Stoic techniques: negative visualization. The Stoics believed that by mentally preparing for difficult situations, we could reduce the impact of future disappointments and, more importantly, cultivate a sense of appreciation for what we already have. The idea behind negative visualization is simple. Take a moment to imagine the worst possible outcome in any given situation. What would happen if you lost your job, faced an illness, or encountered a financial setback? By visualizing these events in your mind, you begin to accept that they are possible, and when, or if, they happen, you are less likely to be overwhelmed by fear, shock, or despair. Now, this may sound counterproductive, but it's actually quite the opposite. The Stoics knew that the more we dwell on what we could lose, the more we'll appreciate what we have in the present. Gratitude, as we've discussed, flows naturally from this practice. It helps us recognize that the things we often take for granted, our health, our relationships, our homes, are precious, and that they could be lost in an instant. By mentally rehearsing the worst-case scenario, we give ourselves the ability to detach emotionally from the fear of losing these things, ultimately making it easier to appreciate them in the moment. Think about it this way: when you imagine the loss of something significant in your life, you create a mental space where you can practice accepting that loss, even before it happens. By doing this, you become more resilient, more prepared to handle the inevitable challenges of life without being consumed by fear or anxiety. Here's a simple exercise. Set aside a few minutes each day to mentally rehearse worst-case scenarios. Picture yourself losing something important, maybe your job or a loved one. Reflect on how you would cope and how you might find peace in the face of such adversity. Afterward, shift your focus to everything you have right now: your health, your relationships, your current success, and practice gratitude for those things. This exercise builds mental resilience by helping you prepare emotionally for life's uncertainties. But here's the twist: negative visualization doesn't make you a pessimist, it makes you a realist. It trains your mind to detach from emotional attachment to things that could be lost, ultimately leading to greater emotional balance. The Stoic approach to negative visualization isn't about focusing on fear. It's about being mentally prepared so that when challenges arise, you remain calm, clear-headed, and ready to respond with resilience. Summary of this secret: negative visualization is a powerful Stoic practice that helps you prepare for the worst, appreciate the present, and build mental resilience. It helps you let go of emotional attachment and gain emotional detachment so that you can face life's uncertainties with strength and peace. Now that we've practiced this technique, let's explore the importance of focusing on virtue, rather than external success, as a foundation for lasting happiness. Secret 7. Focus on virtue, not external success. In today's world, success is often measured by external achievements: wealth, status, fame, or material possession. We are conditioned to believe that these things are the ultimate indicators of a fulfilling life. But what if the true key to lasting peace and mental resilience is not found in external success, but in the development of virtue? The Stoics understood this concept deeply. They believed that true happiness does not come from external circumstances, but from cultivating inner virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues, they argued, are within our control and form the foundation of a well-lived life. In other words, when we focus on cultivating our Stoic virtues, we can find fulfillment regardless of what happens in the external world. This perspective frees us from the constant chase for approval and material wealth, allowing us to find lasting contentment within ourselves. Pause for a moment and think about your own life. How much of your happiness is tied to external factors? Perhaps your job, your relationships, or your financial status play a big role in how you feel. While these things are important, the Stoics would remind us that they are outside of our control and can change in an instant. If our happiness depends on things we cannot control, we risk living a life full of anxiety and frustration, constantly worrying about losing what we've worked so hard to achieve. Now, contrast this with focusing on virtue. When you place your energy into becoming a better person, practicing honesty, kindness, patience, and courage, you create a solid foundation that no external circumstance can shake. For example, imagine a person who practices self-discipline and wisdom. Regardless of whether they are rich or poor, successful or struggling, they will always be at peace with themselves because their happiness comes from within. They know that their true worth is measured not by the fleeting success of the outside world, but by the strength of their character. A Stoic exercise you can try is to set daily intentions based on virtue. Each morning, ask yourself, what virtue can I focus on today? How can I practice wisdom, courage, or patience in my actions today? This simple shift in perspective helps you orient your life around things you can control, leading to greater emotional balance and deeper fulfillment. Summary of this secret: true fulfillment and peace come not from external success, but from focusing on Stoic virtues. When we cultivate wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we build a foundation of mental strength that remains unshaken, no matter what happens in the outside world. Now that we've explored the power of virtue, let's turn our attention to a practice that can help us reflect on our growth and progress: self-reflection and journaling. Secret 8. Self-reflection and journaling. Imagine having the ability to step outside of yourself and observe your thoughts, actions, and emotions without judgment. What would it be like to gain such clarity about your life, your choices, and your growth? This is the power of self-reflection, and the Stoics believed it was a crucial practice for achieving mental clarity and emotional control. Self-reflection allows us to pause and assess our thoughts and behaviors. It's about stepping back from the noise of daily life and taking time to observe how we are responding to the world around us. Are we acting in accordance with our values? Are we living with integrity? Are we reacting emotionally or responding thoughtfully? This process of journaling for clarity is a powerful tool that the Stoics used to deepen their self-awareness. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, kept a daily journal where he reflected on his actions, thoughts, and progress towards Stoic virtues. His reflections weren't long or complex, but they served as a way for him to evaluate himself and keep himself on track. By writing down his thoughts, he could see his own flaws, recognize areas for growth, and reinforce his commitment to the Stoic path. Try this simple exercise. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to write about your experiences. Ask yourself questions like, what did I do well today? What could I have done better? What did I learn from today? Don't judge yourself, just observe. Over time, this practice helps you become more mindful of your actions and decisions, leading to greater personal growth and mental resilience. Self-reflection also provides an opportunity to practice gratitude. By journaling about the things you're thankful for, you bring awareness to the abundance in your life, helping to counterbalance negative emotions and thoughts. This practice creates a feedback loop, where the more you reflect, the more you recognize your growth, leading to greater confidence and emotional balance. Summary of this secret: self-reflection and journaling are essential Stoic practices that help you evaluate your thoughts and actions. By regularly engaging in this practice, you gain clarity, reinforce your growth, and cultivate mental strength. Now that we've explored self-reflection, let's discuss an important skill that will further strengthen your ability to stay grounded in difficult times: self-discipline. Secret 9. The role of self-discipline. Picture this. You've set a goal, whether it's waking up earlier, eating healthier, or exercising regularly. But every morning, your bed feels too cozy, your cravings are too strong, and your mind just wants to procrastinate. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is self-discipline. It's the ability to push through discomfort, delay gratification, and stay committed to your goals, no matter what obstacles arise. Self-discipline is at the core of the Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that true freedom is found not in doing whatever we want in the moment, but in having the discipline to control our impulses and act according to our values. When we cultivate self-discipline, we take control of our lives, not letting fleeting desires dictate our actions. Think about how often we let external distractions, emotional impulses, or instant gratification take the lead. Maybe it's the temptation to scroll through social media instead of focusing on your work, or the urge to eat unhealthy food when you know it's not in line with your goals. Self-discipline is what allows you to override these impulses and stick to what truly matters. A powerful Stoic exercise to strengthen self-discipline is setting clear intentions and goals each day. It's about deciding beforehand what you will do and what you won't do. For instance, before you start your day, set a goal like, "I will complete my work before checking my phone," or "I will choose nourishing food over junk food today." This simple decision-making practice trains your mind to stick to your commitment, even when distractions arise. Another technique is to practice delayed gratification. The Stoics understood that by postponing immediate desires, we gain greater mental clarity and emotional control in the long run. The next time you feel the urge to give in to an impulse, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, is this really what I want, or is it just a temporary desire? Then, choose to wait or make a more disciplined choice. Summary of this secret: self-discipline is the foundation for achieving long-term goals and maintaining inner peace. It allows us to control our impulses, delay gratification, and stay aligned with our values. By practicing self-discipline, we build mental resilience and clarity, making it easier to handle life's challenges. Now that we've explored the importance of discipline, let's delve into how we can cultivate emotional detachment for even greater emotional balance. Secret 10. Cultivating emotional detachment. Imagine you're in a heated argument with someone, your emotions rising, your heart pounding, and your mind racing. In that moment, it's easy to feel completely overwhelmed by your emotion, to let them take control. But what if you could step back, observe your feelings without getting caught up in them, and choose your response calmly? This is the essence of emotional detachment, the ability to separate your identity from your emotions, allowing you to experience them without being ruled by them. The Stoics believed that emotional detachment was essential for achieving inner peace. They taught that while emotions are natural, they should not control our lives. By cultivating detachment, we allow ourselves to feel emotions without being enslaved by them. Instead of reacting impulsively to anger, fear, or sadness, we can acknowledge those feelings and choose a measured, thoughtful response. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist. It means recognizing that your emotions are temporary and external, while your true self is rooted in your rational mind. Emotional detachment allows us to observe our emotions without being overwhelmed by them. When we practice this, we gain mental clarity and a sense of freedom that most people never experience. Here's a technique you can try. Next time you feel a strong emotion, whether it's anger, frustration, or sadness, take a deep breath and observe it without judgment. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What's causing this emotion? Instead of reacting right away, give yourself space to think before you respond. This simple pause can make all the difference in how you handle difficult situations. Another Stoic exercise for emotional detachment is imagining the worst-case scenario. As we discussed earlier, by practicing negative visualization, we prepare ourselves mentally for loss or disappointment. This reduces the intensity of our emotions when those things actually happen. The more we detach from the things we hold dear, the more we can enjoy them without the fear of losing them. Summary of this secret: emotional detachment is the practice of observing our emotions without being controlled by them. It helps us maintain mental clarity, emotional control, and inner peace, allowing us to face life's challenges with resilience. By cultivating this detachment, we can respond thoughtfully to any situation, rather than reacting impulsively. Now that we've explored all 10 Stoic secrets, it's time to reflect on how you can start implementing them in your life. We've covered a lot today. 10 powerful Stoic secrets that can help you unlock mental clarity, emotional control, and unshakable inner peace. From mastering your perceptions to embracing adversity, each of these principles offers a path to greater mental resilience and a more fulfilling life. Remember, the power to create the life you want is within your control. By applying Stoic practices like self-discipline, gratitude, and emotional detachment, you can navigate life's challenges with a sense of calm and clarity, no matter what comes your way. Now, it's time for you to take action. What one Stoic principle will you focus on this week to start transforming your life? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Share your thoughts or any experiences you've had with Stoicism. And if this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who could benefit from this wisdom. Join the journey toward a calmer, clearer, and more resilient you.